Hey everybody, here's Pepe again from Cork and Glass in Casanova, wishing that you're still well and safe. Today I wanted to talk to you about another fantastic family-owned and operated winery. As you know, those are always my favorites. Here we have Bibi Graetz. So today we are trying the Casamata 2018 vintage. But a little bit about Bibi Graetz and his family. Him coming from artistry in Tuscany. His family has been artists for many, many years. His winery in Fiesole, a little bit north of Florence, still having that artistry. I mean, in Florence, you have the School of Academia where you have David, you have other great works of art. So having that influence of artistry and his family and in the region, I mean, he went on and said, I want to do something more than that. I want to show more than I can just paint. I can do another style of art. And what better way that he did? He made wine, and making fantastic wine at that. So all of his wines, so you know, are all paintings. All of his logos on all of his wines, he made himself. So this one in particular, you have it's inspired by the sun overlooking Tuscany. So you have those bright colors of the sun, kind of maybe in that autumn when leaves are changing, probably was his inspiration, but mainly the sun overlooking all of the beautiness of Tuscany and then the rolling hills and the terrain. Another fun fact, Bibi Graetz, no formal training in winemaking at all. He kind of went on that limb of, I'm an artist, I know how to express myself, and he did it not only with this wine, but all of his other wines. You could say Bibi Graetz has become up and coming winemaker and winery, being founded in 2000. But he makes very age-worthy wine, especially in his higher-end wines, Testamata and Colore. But he focuses in on the expression of Tuscany. The grapes, of course, Sangiovese. So this wine being 100% Sangiovese. Also does other wines with Colorino and Caniolo. And then some whites with Vermentino and Ansonica. But mainly fantastic stuff. I mean, being true to Tuscany and expressing himself in many different ways of art. Or art can be interpreted as a painting, as a sculpture, as wine. But this particular wine, 2018 vintage, on the nose, you do have some definitely fresh fruit. I mean, you have cherry, raspberry, a lot of fresh fruit, but then you also have nice little, like, if you're walking through the forest, that fresh leaves, fresh earth kind of smell. Little bit of mushrooms, but more of that, just a lot of fresh fruit. And on the palate, definitely confirms that. A lot of fresh fruit, fresh cherries. I mean, that's like the first thing in my mouth is fresh cherries. But you have great acidity, nice soft tannins, very smooth. So even though it's being 100% Sangiovese, really easygoing, not super sharp on the tannins. Having that great acid makes a very food-friendly wine. So food pairings I would go along with this. Lamb, any sort of which way, probably a rack of lamb or a lamb roast. If you want to do something Fiorentina style, you could do the traditional bistecca alla Fiorentina, that nice T-bone with mushrooms and spinach. You can definitely do seafood with this. You can do a grouper or a red snapper, you know, in that style, maybe a mushroom risotto, a ricotta cheese and spinach filled ravioli. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, but having that great acid makes it a very food friendly everyday wine, nice and soft on the back end. This is his everyday wine, Casamata, being and meaning crazy house. So you have 3 different regions that he sources from in Tuscany, kind of bringing in that chaos and that love and that artistry of food and wine. With all of that kind of is his representation in a bottle, and that's why he named it Casamata. But fantastic stuff, as you know, affordable, accessible, at Bodega Casa, as Cork and Glass still invades Casanova for $15. I love you guys. Cheers, and talk to you soon. Bye.